So are we on? Are we on?
We are on there. Yeah.
Can you hear us all right?
Can you hear us? It's a bit loud.
They probably
here.
can't, right? Because there's no power at all.
You have to scroll down, I think. Yeah, that's...
Ah, great. Just scroll. Yeah, just perfect.
And this one is game sound.
So yeah, apparently the run already has started.
Yeah.
So we're a bit late. Got a little bit of delay, but looking all right.
Bit of a ghetto setup here, but it should work fine.
Right. So what we're about to see is 10 Desires, Touhou game for the first time at Stunfest, and the first one is going to be a survival run, and the second, I think it's going to be tomorrow or on Sunday, I forgot, this will be on scoring, but this is just a survival run trying to low bomb, low miss, I think.
it's LNB.
Or LNB, alright.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's going to use like trances or not, like the rifles.
So we have a little bit of variation even between those two runs, so it's going to be interesting to see. If you are not going to score in this game, and we will go into the scoring details for the next one, then we basically just have a little bit of dodging here and there, right? So the first stages, I guess, are not that interesting, perhaps? Or what are we going to look forward?
It's a bit tricky to like kill every enemy, because they like those big fairies, they like shoot pretty fast.
Right,
they kill them pretty fast before they shoot.
Right.
Or they get like shoot like bullets that like get in the way, and that's kind of tricky in a sense. For the rest, it's not too bad now. First boss.
So what about the power-ups? Do you collect them all in stage 1 and then you're good to go, or do you still have to power up in level 2, level 2?
I think you collected in like stage 2, you reach max
Even
power.
up to stage 3, alright.
Stage 2 you already reach max power, so it's not really that big of an issue. First boss is pretty easy, the patterns are not that tricky.
So when we are talking no bomb, that also means no hyper?
Not necessarily, no. Because there's a mechanic in this game where if you get hit,
right,
you automatically use the hyper.
Oh, I see.
So if you get hit, you have no option but to use it.
So you can use the hyper as a little bit of a safety net to not lose a life and then refill it. And you still on no miss then? Does it count as no miss if you get hit?
It's probably a different category at that point.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he got hit.
So he got hit right there.
You see
he's going for restart or what?
Yeah, you see that it activates automatically now.
He just restarted. Why?
Yeah, he got hit, so...
Yeah, but why just... Yeah, well... right.
Yeah,
here we go then.
If the hyper ends, you die. So if you get hit, you still die.
So he actually is supposed to no miss the game, or what?
Not necessarily, no.
How many lives do you get?
That's actually interesting, because in this game you get resources by using your hypers.
Right.
You see, like there are like these spirits. You see blue ones, scoring ones. Some enemies also drop green and purple orbs, and those actually give you like bomb and life pieces.
I see.
And if you use the hyper, you get 2 times the orb. So you get 2 times the resources. But that's very important. But if you never use the hyper, then you actually don't get a whole lot of resources throughout the run.
Well, seems it's not going that well. I didn't pay attention what happened there. He got hit again or what?
Not sure actually.
Alright. Maybe he has some trouble with keyboard or with the setup.
Maybe, maybe.
Maybe it's just nerves, and you really can't underestimate the nerves in this situation.
Like the whole technical one.
I mean, there are like dozens of people watching it in front of this huge screen.
Yeah, I can understand completely. It's like super scary.
Yeah, it is tough. You've played on the big screen as well, right? It was Dangan Fever Run.
Yeah, it was like 2015 or something.
It's insane.
Yeah. It's really scary.
You got to clear?
Scary. It's like, it's not scary.
Amazing.
It's like the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
Well.
So yeah, I can understand the nerves.
I guess you kind of get used to it if you would do it like on a weekly basis, but
yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I talked to like Aquas about he streams every day, like
right. If you stream like every day, have a fixed schedule, and I used to have like broader audiences, then maybe you get used to it.
Yeah,
but still, having the audiences like in real life, in person, 50 people sitting in front of you, it's like.
Yeah, he said to me that he pretty much like isn't bothered by it anymore. So I guess if you do it a lot, then it's not that bad.
So chat is probably not able to hear the French people talking at the moment. We were told that game sound is fine to hear, but the French commentary you will not be able to hear. So no one knows what is actually going on at the moment.
It's a mystery.
But they are working on something, whatever it is, it seems. So maybe some more time to make a coffee, I don't know.
But yeah, I was like saying, this game is actually pretty special in a way that if you don't use trances, you don't use hypers, you get very little resources.
Right.
And that's like actually, for like an LMB, no bomber, that's actually pretty tricky to clear, because so you get like, I think 5 extents or something. And like in a normal tool game, you get like way more.
Right.
Like it's get like 12 or something normally.
Right.
So this is like less than half the resources to actually clear the game. So it's pretty tricky, yeah.
And when you do scoring, you get more extents, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Like how many more?
If you trance a lot, you can get like all the green and green and purple orbs get like 2 times the value. So you get like twice the resources.
Oh, that's good.
Should have had like a Touhou plushie here somewhere. Yeah.
Where do it? Nothing lying around here. But yeah, we have actually a great Touhou section here. Earlier we had perfect Cherry Blossom, Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, and 10 Desires side by side each other, and people were enjoying it a lot. People walking by, seeing it for the first time, trying it for the first time. It definitely attracts some new players as well, it seems.
Yeah, they seem to like rotate a lot. Like now the different games now.
Can they actually see it? Probably.
I don't think they can see it.
It's probably too risky, right?
Should we turn it?
Well, maybe we still have time, right?
Yeah, we can like turn. Yeah, it's right over there. Yeah, you can see like the Touhou setup.
Like these dudes there.
Yeah, they're like quite blocking it a bit, but. You can see the latest Touhou demo is also here.
What do you think of the latest one? Have you tried it? Of course you have, right?
I've tried it, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of it? You
It's no miss, no bomb, no miss, no bomb, no wall break, no hypers.
Like you didn't do anything in the game, right?
Nothing.
You just knowed it.
Yes. I just went through it.
Great, beautiful.
Yeah, the latest game also has like some sort of hyper system. And, like if you get hits, you also use like automatically don't die. So that's like a border thing.
And you enjoyed the game, or did you just do it for the YouTube views and the big money?
the big YouTube money.
Yeah. Or did you actually enjoy the game?
I think it's alright.
All right.
I don't think it's like super spectacular or anything, but
yeah, I've heard not the most positive critiques about it, but I have tried it myself. So.
I think it's a lot better than the previous game at least.
Ah.
Yes. The patterns are pretty fun to dodge, so I'll say that, yeah.
Tain's also there, nice.
Everybody's in the house.
Yeah, it seems like everyone who normally attends Stunfest is now sitting at his home.
Yeah, they should be here.
Watching from distance. Yeah, where are you guys?
Yeah. Get here at once. I think something's happening.
So, if the setup took that long, it probably was not about nerves. It probably was about the keyboard, the controls, or whatever.
Yeah, something. Yeah, probably.
Because he surely couldn't have fixed his nerves in those 10-minute downtime. They are still high up there.
But yeah, we're streaming like live from the event here. They're like in our little arcade corner here.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of cabs here, like 6 candy cabs with different games in it. The Touhou corner is like right there. And over there we have like the Darwin's Burst setup.
So usually the restreams always happen behind the main scene. But this time we just sit in the corner where everyone else is, so that's why the sound is maybe not the best one, because you can hear the other games and people walking by.
Can't do anything about it though.
Yeah.
Like the Darwin's Burst cap is especially like very loud, so we had to turn it down.
Yeah, it's not like the original Darius Burst cap itself, but it's 2 monitors placed side by side each other.
Yeah, two very big monitors. Yeah.
It looks really satisfying. Maybe we could show it later.
It looks kind of bigger than the actual cap, actually. Isn't it?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, it's probably bigger than the actual cap.
Than the actual cap.
As if it wasn't enough already.
Yeah. Just need to put a few speakers there, like big warning lights.
Right.
Every time a boss appears.
So after this, we will, I think, immediately restream Gus and Futari Ultra. So this is right what follows. And then after this, we will hook up the stream to one of the cabinets here again and put in some random games. We were streaming a little bit of Escaluda first, and maybe we have some Dioto next. I don't know yet. It's not decided, but we will have some game after the 2 live demonstrations that are right now. And
I think it's
here we are back at 10 Desires. Let's give it a third try.
Chooses Weimu. Weimu is a pretty good shot type in this game. He has like homing and strong forward focus shot type. And also has a really small hitbox.
So she's the best for survival, would you say?
I'd say so, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
The 4th character, Yomo, is also like pretty gimmicky, but it's also like very good for survival.
So how many characters are there? Like 4?
4, yeah.
4. And that's normal for a Touhou game, I guess. It's always around
That's
this.
usually around 4, yeah.
Alright.
You have like the main 2 and then like 2 random girls.
So yeah, as for myself, I'm not that familiar with the Touhou franchise, so I can use the opportunity here to learn quite a lot and talk to some Touhou players, because many people from the French community also attend Stunfest here that haven't done it before, just came in for the Touhou, so it's great to see those people coming here as well, because after all it's shooting games as well.
It's all the same, yeah. All the same, yeah.
After all, it's
one big happy family.
It is. And when both families are basically dying, they have to put themselves together. So it's maybe half a family is still left.
There's no use in infighting.
Right.
Yeah, you see those great spirits from the chaining. Yeah.
So about the souls, they have different colors. What do they do? Like blue ones, you have green ones, grey ones. How does it work?
The blue one just gives you score.
Oh.
The grey ones are also score items, but they give, they recharge your hyper meter faster.
Right.
And they appear if you like chain a couple of enemies together.
Right.
So somewhat like a Donpachi, I guess. So if you chain a whole lot, you get a lot of grey spirits, you get a lot more meter, you get a lot more hypers.
So 10 Desires is basically like Donpachi. Alright.
Basically, yeah. The Donpachi of Touhou.
So the bees are souls here.
So you should like it a lot.
Yeah, it looks cool. I'm not too fond of the backgrounds because they look like any other Touhou background.
This background is actually from the previous Touhou game. Don't you mention it.
It looked familiar, I have to say. Oh,
this one as well, this background as well.
The camera moving up those stairs, very familiar.
Yeah, it's from the 7th game. the first stage takes place again there.
But I guess if you would have more aesthetically complex backgrounds, you wouldn't be able to pay that much attention to bullet patterns, right? And that's what those games are about. So maybe have like more bland backgrounds and then pay more attention to the beautifully arranged patterns, right? Because those look just amazing.
Yeah, that's mostly about like the beauty of like the bullet patterns. It's like what attracts a lot of people.
Right. They all look like flowers to me, so you can feel like a gardener taking care of your flowers every day. It's beautiful. And who wouldn't want to do that?
It's for manly men.
It's for manly men. Watering flowers.
This pattern is somewhat tricky, but the bullets are pretty fast.
Yeah, one thing about Touhou is that most of the patterns seem to be slower, right?
Yeah.
And then you have some faster ones in between, but most of it is a little bit slower paced.
It's mostly slower paced, yeah. Like lots of bullets, slower.
Right.
So you have to like weave in between them.
Right.
Like, thread the needle and stuff.
If you don't pick up the souls, they will vanish after time, right?
After a while, they just vanish, yeah.
Alright.
You can see them like growing smaller if you pay attention to them.
And how do you trigger the different souls? What do you have to do in order to get them?
You just kill the enemy.
Right. And it's fixed on the enemy what kind of soul you get.
Yeah, yes. Right. And the grey ones is for chaining.
I see.
Yeah. You can't actually see the chaining meter. It's like invisible in this game.
Right.
But you know you're doing it right when you see the grey spirits.
Right.
So yeah, during the hyper you also get like more score.
Oh, I see.
You get actually 10 times as much score from the...
Oh, that's insane.
That's very old.
So for anyone who has just tuned in, we are watching a survivor run first, and the second one that is like tomorrow or on Sunday, I forgot which. This is going to be a scoring one. So this is first just a survivor run, trying to no-bomb the game. So not too much scoring going on. And the reason for this is that those two categories play vastly different. So scoring in this game actually implies lots of hypering and lots of iframes, so you do not dodge that many bullets actually. So this is more a showcase of just raw dodging. And some people are more into that, so Mari, the player, figured why not show off both of those roles. So this is first survivor run.
Stage 2 boss, the main gimmick here is that he can manipulate like walls where the bullets bounce over it.
Right.
Like on that first pattern you have to like go outside of the box to make it easier to dodge.
What's the name of the second boss?
Kyoko.
Great. Any family name or just surname?
Name like appears like on the top left
on
the screen when you...
It might be important.
I don't remember the last name.
So some streaming here.
Here you see like a lot of those green orbs. Like ideally you want to like use a hyper here, like trance. Get like a ton of resources at once. Get like twice as much instead of now, which I get now. You see those walls again.
So this is second boss now?
Second boss, yeah.
The final, stage 2. So you always have a mid-boss and a final boss, right? For every stage?
Yes.
And it's the same boss?
Not always. Not always. In the later games, it's mostly always the boss, yeah.
I see. So yeah, this pattern looks really interesting. I haven't seen anything like this before. I'm not sure how it even works.
Yeah,
first they are like encapsulated into this hurricane or what it looks like, and then it gets spread out.
Yeah.
It looks really interesting.
Yeah, you really don't want to stay under it.
Right. Can you like this, right?
Yeah.
You don't do it.
Don't do that.
No. Oh well, you would cancel it anyway.
Without the help.
Yeah. Then you can do it.
Okay.
So the same gimmick again, right? It's really interesting.
The same gimmick used in different ways.
Really interesting.
It like shoots it out after like, collecting a bunch. You can see that's really random, really orangey.
And what would you say, the stage portions or the boss portions, which one is more difficult usually in 10 Desires? What do you have to watch out more for?
The bosses for sure. It's like pretty much every Touhou game. The bosses are like way harder than the stages. The bosses are like the main event, really. The stages are like just kind of there, I guess.
Right.
It's tradition to have stages, so there are stages. And you can like misdirect the warp to the left here.
I see.
Helps a lot.
So again, the same gimmick, but this time not in rectangular shape, but in circle.
Yeah, it's used in a different way.
Kind of the same, it seems. What's happening right now?
This is the hyper. This is the hyper, yeah. Trance.
So he activated that hyper, or did he get hit?
He activated it, because he didn't die right now. Like if you have the bar here on the bottom here, if it's 3 skulls, you can activate it. They collect it by using the spirits, it fills up.
So the meter in the bottom left corner.
Yeah, that one, yeah. The skull meter.
Yeah, the viewers can see that.
Yes. I'll just quick it to you.
So stage 3 on a graveyard, that's fitting with a soul theme, I guess. There's some story behind it, but no one really cares about it, right?
There's a lot of story actually, but you don't really see it in the games.
Alright.
There's actually so much lore about Touhou, but...
Oh really?
Yeah.
Alright.
Like you wouldn't think so if you just played the games, but there's like so much different content for it, like so much like stuff.
I see.
deep lore, yeah. But yeah, this game is a lot about like spirits and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So here we go for the 3rd mid boss. Oh, this looks tight. And I guess most of the patterns are RNG based, right?
Yeah.
So there's some fixed patterns, or some fixed ness, some lesser RNG ness, but most of it is RNG.
Most of it is RNG, yeah.
Right.
Most of it is RNG. With some static patterns here and there.
And of course, then you can misdirect some other stuff. All right.
Yeah, use the hyper here to collect extra resources here from these big fairies.
Right. So every time we see the counter going on in the top half, we know it's a hyper.
Yeah, it's when the background like gets all funky.
And I think there's also sound cues to it, but we are not listening to the sound and the music, so we only see the image.
The music actually changes when you use a hyper.
So I can't get those cues at all, so I just have to look at how the background changes, of course, and look at the time.
There's actually a remix like of every track in the game for when you hyper. It's really great, yeah. Really nifty.
Very ambitious.
Get like an extra sound.
Those flames, they are rehashed from older Touhou games, right?
Yeah, they appear like everywhere.
Right. I kind of remember those, even with my limited knowledge.
Third boss.
So what's happening here? This looks not too bad. Perhaps.
The non spells on this boss are like pretty dangerous, because they are like really dense.
Right.
So you have to like go to the side to dodge it, and use the homing to take care of most of it.
I see.
Yeah, you have your spirits like shooting stuff that you can destroy.
Oh. So at the moment he has a hyper ready, right?
No, it's half. It's half full.
Half of it. So you need 2 of those things. All right.
You can't use it when it's not full.
I see.
Unless you get hit and die, but...
Well, this looks potentially dangerous, but he hypered again.
Yeah, he got hit though, so... You see him die when it ends. So you die. It's like an auto hyper thing.
Right. Oh, you got hit again.
Yeah, this banner is like pretty tricky. It's really dense.
I guess the life count we see are the 2 hearts.
Yes,
right now?
yes.
And he will gain some more later on.
Yes. You can see like 3 out of 12 there. Those are like the pieces you need to make a life.
So the run is still alive.
You can still clear, yeah. You can still clear.
5 stages?
Six
even.
stages. Touhou is
quite a long game, isn't it?
Touhou is usually 6 stages, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And one stage is quite long. It seems. So 6 stages, like how many minutes are we
It's usually like 30 minutes.
30 minutes, but that's not too bad, all things considered.
Yeah, it's
pretty normal.
It varies between game as well. Like the 16 game is like 20 minutes long, and like the 15 game is like 35.
Oh.
So it varies a lot. But yeah, the biggest problem about dying is that you actually lose a lot of power.
I see.
So he's now at 2 power, so he loses.
So the bosses take longer, and you have to dodge more, and it gets even more difficult.
Yeah, yes.
I see now.
The gimmick for that last part actually was that you had to like go up and collect the spirits.
Right.
But you can't just time it out to make it easy.
So stage 4. You don't. Well, you see, it says stage 4.
Stage 4,
right?
yeah, stage 4.
Great. So of course the games are in their original release. They're all in Japanese, but I've heard there are English translations, like fan translations.
They get like English translations like very quickly.
Oh.
Like in a couple of days or something.
So for 10 Desires, there's also fan translation.
There's everyone there, every game does.
So you can follow the story, I guess. That's the main reason.
Yes, yeah.
Alright.
Like I think the translation for the latest game came out in like a couple of hours after it was released.
That's insane. So
like
people are really dedicated.
People are really on point with it, yeah.
That's great. That's great to have. Definitely.
It's pretty dedicated fan base, yeah. This pattern is pretty tricky. It's pretty RNG based.
Like it opens up so late.
Yeah, very low on the screen.
Like, yeah,
well.
exactly. So.
And the boss can also like move down on the screen to make it even harder.
But he made it through. That one was quite dangerous.
So here you have these homing orbs that like follow you around all the time.
This is quite funny.
You have to like move in circles to avoid it.
Right. Reminds me just a little bit of one of the last bosses of Judgment Silver Sword. Like with those spheres.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
But it looks easier, of course.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than in that game.
Just basic movement, yeah. So he's fully powered up now, or is he?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
He's missing 0.20 power.
Where
now he's at full power. 4.0.
The blue?
The red one.
The red one. Oh, blue is point items, right?
Yeah, yes. A lot of spirits there. All collected at like 10 times the value.
Amazing. So, because he hyped it, right?
Yes. Also, these fairies also drop a lot of one pieces. So if you hyper those, you get like twice the amount.
Ah, I see.
He's now 1 point away from an extra life. 11 out of 12.
This background looks cool for once.
Yeah, this one looks
like
neat.
this.
It looks neat, yeah. Funky colors and stuff.
So this is a double boss.
Yes, indeed.
The double girls.
Indeed, yeah.
Well, actually, the triple girls if you count the player, right?
Yeah. So yeah, if you like shoot.
Oh, this is pretty much in your face.
Yeah.
This looks.
Yeah, you don't want.
But the lower one is fixed, right?
Yeah. The lower one you don't want to shoot that much because.
And the upper one is it directly aimed? So basically it's also fixed, or how does it work? Yeah, it looks like that. Right?
Yeah. Top one is.
You can control this pattern pretty consistently, I would guess.
You don't want to destroy the bottom girl because then things happen. Bad things happen.
Yeah, if girls destroy each other, things happen.
Yeah. Here it's safer to just like time it out, just stand over there.
Right.
Because like the bottom is like very dangerous right now.
Just stay away from there.
The bottom girl is technically a zombie, I guess. So I stay away from the zombie.
Probably connected to the deep lore, right?
Very deep lore. Very. 6
feet deep lore.
Like you wouldn't know, man. You wouldn't know. I've been there, man. You don't want to go there.
You don't come back, right?
You never come back from that. Alright, on this battle you do want to destroy the bottom kill.
Oh, so the zombie just died.
Yeah, and then it gets revived.
Of course.
And she also follows you around, so you have to
Holy
like...
shit. Like this is quite exciting, to be honest. What's even happening? How does it work? Like this is insane.
That was very close
Yeah.
one.
This was
Like she
amazing.
drags you around, so you have to like
Right.
misdirect stuff.
This looks quite tough as well, I have to say.
Yeah.
This is really tight.
Those knives have a pretty
Right.
weird hitbox as well, so you have to be careful.
More of those lines. So it seems that each boss has like a theme of bullet patterns. The
That's
one with a
usually,
gimmick, and
yeah.
here the one with the lines and stuff like that.
There's usually like a team or a gimmick.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
Like there's one boss in the later game where the gimmick is very land balance. Like he just wants to kill you or something, so she uses like
Alright.
shoots wings, dance wings. That's
I
it.
see. So stage 5, here we go. Penultimate one.
This stage isn't that bad.
So again, it's all about the boss, I guess.
Yeah.
Or the bosses.
Boss itself is also pretty
Right.
easy. It's a fairly easy stage 5 in when you take it into consideration.
Oh yeah, for anyone not familiar, this is of course Lunatic, as seen in the top right, which is the hardest difficulty. But hardest means it is like comparatively tame, I would say. I mean, they're way more difficult Touhou games, right? So where would you rank Lunatic 10 Desires in terms of difficulty?
It's a bit weird because the pattern difficulty is somewhat lower than average,
Right.
which have a lot less resources.
Ah, I see.
So it like balances out a bit. But like Lunatic difficulty is like still I think like around arcade difficulty.
I see. Fair enough.
Like on Lunatic, like the patterns are like very hard.
Right.
But you have like a lot more resources than like arcade games. So it's also like balances it out a bit.
So still we are at one miss, right?
A couple of misses I think. Like three misses I think.
Oh. Because you have like you refill your lives, and he has still 2. The last time I was looking, he also had 2, but
Yeah,
then he died and got
Yeah,
some
he
more.
got,
Alright.
he got a bunch of extends.
So looking at the resources, what would you say? Is it still a run? I mean, when we still have the stage 5 boss coming, and then the whole of stage 6 with 2 lives, maybe you get some more. I don't know. But how is it looking right now?
Yeah, you can beat the game without ever dying or bombing, so it's always possible, of course. It's just like how much leeway do you have? And there's some leeway now, so I think you can probably still do it.
So Mari, the player,
This part's really hard.
Yeah, he's scoring usually, so he is not used to many other patterns, the survival patterns. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure just how much he has practiced the patterns if you actually want to go through them by survival.
Yeah, because with scoring you do skip like a lot
Right,
of stuff.
right.
Yeah.
So it's very different game than he's used to playing normally.
And indeed, yeah, indeed.
And considering this, I think it's a great job he's doing here. So now, what's happening here? She's on a boat.
He's on a boat, yeah.
Of course.
Nice boat.
Yeah, nice boobs.
So yeah, this is just like dodging stuff.
All right. So as for this boss, the special seems to be those bullets here, right? Holy shit, what was that?
Yeah, those
What's
arrow type bullets.
This looks
It's very tight.
very tight.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
more random dodging here.
And I guess you don't want to stay at the bottom because it's even more difficult, right? Because it stays quite high up here, which is very risky.
Yeah, you can see like things like falling, like gravity-ish. So you want to like stay up.
Right. So do you do more damage when you're point blanking, or is there no effect at all?
You do more damage when you're point blank, yeah.
Alright.
By virtue of just point blanking. There's no extra gimmick, no extra like fire, like there's no like over or anything, like but you do just more damage by just basically being up close, yeah. This panel is hard mostly because it's like hard to see the bullets.
Yes. They look very flashy, but he made it through alive.
Yes.
More boats.
This panel is all about spinning around.
I can see that, yeah. Ah, I see now.
There's actually like a safe spot like right in the middle, so if you like bomb, you can go inside that. It's pretty silly.
That looks quite beautiful. And now it opens up and tries to catch you with the blue ones.
Yeah.
It seems. This is insane.
Bullets come from all sides.
Bullets from all sides, right. That's tough. So, last stage, right?
This last stage here, yeah.
So where does the stage take place? In heaven or what? What is this? Or is it a dream? Is it underwater? What's happening here?
All the things you said are from different Touhou games, but
all right.
I'm not completely sure where this is actually. It takes place like in hell and
that doesn't look like hell.
Yeah, I like games where it takes place in like hell and a different kind of hell and the underground.
The underground. I see.
And the nether worlds, like all your different kinds of past afterlives. There's one that takes place in the dream world. Like all sorts of different things.
It's just all an excuse not to have any backgrounds, right? Because all the nouns you just said were like, oh, backgroundless.
Maybe, yeah. But yeah, for this stage, you see all those like little train enemies. If you destroy like the spirits that trail them, you get more spirits. But if you destroy the main fairy, then you don't get anything.
Right.
So for scoring, you want to like destroy all the spirits first before killing the main fairy.
So this stage portion seemed to be very, very safe with just streaming?
Yeah, you can make it really safe, with just streaming it.
But I take it that the boss makes up for that, because here we go already with a very difficult attack.
The nouns are very, very dense,
Oh, what's happening? Oh, like this. Alright.
This game gets really tight. But luckily the bullets vanish after a while.
Yeah.
Like in a scoring one, you actually like trance like every spell on this boss. So you actually don't like dodge anything on it.
I'm very excited to actually compare this survival run to the upcoming scoring run, so I can just see how much the game will change.
Yeah.
It will be completely different.
You can see it like right here, you did a trance.
So earlier today in the practice room, Mari actually got 3 billion, so he's ready for score.
That's a really high score, yeah.
Yeah, 306, I think we got.
Very, very high. Very well done.
And that's what I really like about this one, because you told me it's a very consistent game. And many of the Touhou games are very inconsistent because so many things can just go wrong, and RNG is just insane with so many. But with 10 Desires, it seems you can get some kind of consistency.
Yeah, scoring at 10 Desires is mostly about routing. Routing and using your resources. So you can make it very consistent, if you have a good route and are good at executing it. Got hit there. So I guess like 10 Desires is more like an arcade game, I guess, in terms of scoring.
Alright.
It's very route heavy.
This looks quite intense. How is it even I don't understand this attack at all.
Yeah, I think this attack is static.
What the hell?
I think this attack is static. Yeah,
alright.
so it's
Okay then.
not too bad. Yeah, you have to like spin around the world.
Ah, that's just very creative pattern, I must say.
Spinning around the world.
Yeah, like an actual washing machine.
Yeah.
Insane. So the washing machine you also have to dodge when you are scoring, and Mari told me that's why he's pretty good at it.
Okay.
Because he has to do it anyway. Oh, here we go. The fireworks.
Yeah, the bullets are pretty fast on this.
Right.
This attack.
Like compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
Right. But it doesn't look too bad, I would say.
I think it's also static, so you can learn it.
Right. Yeah, there seems to be some like reoccurring patterns in it.
It's still pretty tricky because the hitboxes on those big orbs is actually really big.
Right.
You have to be careful. But it's probably like the hardest part in the game, I think. It's very random, and the lasers can like spawn like on top of you and like roll you as well.
Right.
I think you got like bad RNG there as well.
Right.
Like the lasers like bullet in, box them in.
Holy shit.
And the final pattern here.
That's the final now?
This is the pattern.
Let's see how it goes.
So you have these glowing orbs, and when you get close to them, they like change color, and then after a while they start homing in on you.
Oh, this one. I think I've seen it in practice before.
Your phone is just behind the computer. Your phone is just behind.
So you have to be careful, yeah. About what you trigger, which bullets.
So you go up and down and misdirect bullets.
Yeah,
it
indeed,
still
yeah.
seems very tight, but yeah, it's a very interesting final.
Yeah, if you're lucky, you can just keep moving up and down. But sometimes you have to like readjust because like there's someone like right in your way,
Right.
like right here. You have to like squeeze through a
This
bunch of them.
quite confusing. Ah, damn.
Couldn't quite make it through there.
But resources are still looking pretty good, so
Yeah,
the clearance.
he's cleared right now.
Great.
He did it.
Amazing. So this was it for the survival one of 10 Desires. Great run. So what do you think of it?
That's a very good execute one, yeah. There are a couple of mistakes there, but he managed to recover from it.
I mean, you still have like what, 2 lives left, so it was pretty safe, right?
Yeah, it's pretty safe, yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
So excuse me, guys.
Yeah.
Mari will come to talk a bit with you
Ah, that's great.
in a couple of minutes.
That's great.
So you can just talk about the run and with the chat if you want.
Okay.
And I bring Gus for the next one.
All right.
Hope you're hype.
Very hype.
So, in case you haven't heard, so Mari, well, you will probably first do a commentary on the stage there, which none of us can hear, neither chat nor us, and then he will come back to us here, and we can have an interview and talk a little bit about the run, and then keep tuned because afterwards Gus is pretty much ready to go right after this one. We are a bit behind in time, so. I don't know if you want to stay commentating. I will probably stay. You can stay as well. Otherwise, I will.
I guess I can stay.
I will ask other people, but you can. I mean, you're again more familiar than me with the games. So it's great to have you here.
I'm fine with anything. Yeah.
I'm kind of lost, so but so thank you.
I'm probably the most capable person here to talk about it.
Yep. I mean, some of the French Tower players probably know like
More, yeah.
good things about those games, but they're not really available at the moment. So
Yeah, you don't speak English, so.
yeah, I don't know about the language. Probably it's difficult for them.
Yeah.
So Mari still hasn't moved yet.
Still recovering.
He wanted to exit the game. All right. So yeah, save run, I would say. Lots of resources left. Survival doesn't seem that bad at all. But still, it looks very impressive because for the patterns alone even, and all the rainbow-like colors and flower-like patterns, it's a very beautiful game just to look at, very aesthetically pleasing, and that's one of the strong points for Touhou.
Yes.
Definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't know, has he like no miss no bomb Lunatic yet? Or is he not really into that?
I think he did, but I'm not completely positive about it.
Because I
think someone in chat probably
would
knows.
assume it's a nice expert challenge on top of scoring you can go for.
You can go for survival score, either way.
What's your history with the game? Have you?
I just did like a
LMB?
LMB, yeah.
So
like no bombs, yeah.
Basically what we have just seen.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How long did it?
With no hypers as well.
Ah, I see.
It makes it a bit more tricky. Yeah.
How long did it take you? How long does it take to get into the game, to learn the game? If you want to go for LNB, let's say.
A couple of weeks, maybe back then.
So back then means, when was the game released anyway? Like roughly like beginning of 2010, something like.
I think so, yeah.
So like 12 or so, something like that.
It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah.
Right.
Which in fact 2011, yeah.
2011, thank you.
So like 8 years ago.
Well, but yeah, you had some, like you were going into 10 Desires with some experience, I guess, and then a couple of weeks to learn it.
Yes, yeah.
So it is a tough game then to LNB.
I think so, yeah. It's a bit harder than like other ones.
Right.
Mainly because you get like less resources.
Yeah, the resources.
So you have like less. You can make less mistakes.
Right.
So that adds to the difficulty a lot.
Right. Great. I think I will definitely give it some goes here in the offstage area. I tried a little bit of PCB before, like not the capped PCBs, but the Perfect Cherry Blossom, right? It's good fun. I've played the demo like back in 2000s or something, but
that's a long time ago.
yeah, I know. But so it was for me the first time I was able to play the full game here, and it was enjoyable, definitely.
Yeah, the Touhou games are good fun. They're good fun. They're just like fun to like dodge things in it.
Right. Yeah. Even if you don't get anything about scoring, you can just look at the game, dodge some bullets, and that's also basically the first thing you do in a cage maps as well, right?
Yes.
So but Mary has arrived, it seems. So he will go in the middle.
Right, so I brought you guys Mary.
So maybe you want to sit down.
How are you guys doing?
All right. Hello.
What are you guys doing right now?
English music.
Oh, alright. I'll have fun then, I guess. I'm gonna watch Futari now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a very exciting one. I think you were a bit nervous, right?
Mostly in the beginning.
You have to speak a little bit louder, like the speakers.
All right. So I was mostly nervous in the beginning. If I was still nervous in the late game, then I wouldn't have been able to get Ellen and then Pluto, you know.
Yeah, I recognize that. Like,
yeah, that was the best part of the run, honestly, and I did not expect to do that in a situation like that with so much pressure. So yeah, the mistakes were there, but you know, it's pressure. I am happy with it.
Yeah, you made it. It's quite a great run, and not at one point it seemed like it was a close call. You always had like
close.
good
I had lives.
left. That's
it
great.
was not close.
It looked very like.
It was not close.
Yeah, right. That's great.
Yeah, I recognize that myself from when I did it. Like at the start, you're like super nervous.
Yeah, right.
And then,
pretty much, and then you get into like the zone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just forget everything around you and you just play the game.
I did have a major sudden screw up on stage 3 that kind of set me back. If that didn't happen, I would have
Well, like the first time you got hit, right?
Yes, I would have made it all the way to the end of stage 4 without getting hit. I made a mistake. I should have used a trance final. I didn't fill my gauge up sufficiently to be able to trance skip the final part on stage 4. What else happened? I screwed up my rhythm on the final spell because I entered the final phase earlier than I should have. Like what I should have done is just stop shooting, start it, and then I direct it downwards, and then I'm able to do my usual strat that's guaranteed kill. yeah, I am very happy with it because I was able to Ellen and then the stage 5. In fact, I didn't die or bump on stage 5 at all.
It's very good, yeah, very good.
I didn't on stage 4 either, I'm pretty sure. I think I just used a single trance on stage 4 and nothing else happened.
It looked very clean.
Except for the boss fights. Well, the boss fight was pretty good, except for the very last moment. It would have been it would have been an LNN of Sega as well. Definitely was possible. Yeah.
So what about...
I will be scoring this game tomorrow at 12 p.m. in French time. Okay, all right. So what is your question?
I was just wondering what was happening in the beginning. Had you like setup problems? Or something?
There were technical issues. The problem is that like there was an issue with the sound. I'm pretty sure like the sound was playing for me, but not for them.
Oh yeah.
That was the problem.
And that's also an interesting point we can maybe mention here, because you told me that you have lots of musical cues, right?
Yes, exactly. They were not that important for this run, but for the next run they're absolutely essential.
So you use the music in order to know when to use the hypers, for example.
Yes, exactly.
Great.
Really need those for the
Yes. Scoring the game is precise. It's all about the precise execution of your route and your timings. It's not so much about dodging and score. Unlike this run, in the next run I'm going to just completely break the game, and a lot of patterns get skipped as a result, but which might make it look easy to a newcomer. But like I just said, there's precise strategies and timing involved, especially on the stages, not so much on the boss fights.
Yeah, like the stages are like the routes you have to do with the stages like very strict, isn't it?
Yes.
Like get all the green spirit, the grey spirits. I mean.
Yeah, you want to get as many grey spirits as you possibly can.
Which means like chaining.
You have to chain, yes.
If you break the chain, then you miss out on all those grey spirits, and you miss out on
If you break the chain, then it might happen that your gauge will not be full when it should be, and you will not be able to execute your route. So it's strict stuff. I have implemented some marathon safe strats that will hopefully allow me to score 3 billion on the stage. That's the goal. Although I'll settle for a 2.8 or a 2.9 if I have no choice but to.
Alright. So looking forward to that scoring run, because basically now we have seen how the game is supposed to play, supposed to look like, and the next upcoming run is basically what you make out of the game.
And the next run is how it's played for high score in practice, which is not quite like the intentions that Zun had when developing the game.
So that's what the
he's not
need.
very good at knowing how his score systems will play out in practice.
Yeah.
And he hasn't learned over all those years.
He has not learned, no, absolutely not. In fact, it has only gotten worse in my experience.
Like I think in Touhou 12, like the score counter stop at
He used
some
to be
point.
pretty fine with it. Like the game, the game just before my game, which was UFO, it has a lot of strats that were actually supposed to be used. And then in this game, it's just, it's a lot of stuff that Zun probably did not intend, but there's no way to confirm, you never know. Maybe the way I score actually is intentional, who knows?
Yeah, wasn't it like that you could counter stop it very early and then the game crashed or something?
There used to be a bug in the first version that crashed the extra stage on the semi-final pattern, but that has since been fixed.
I think he has to be aware of it to some extent because he, of course, knows how the game is played by the players, and he knows about scoring stuff and what the game evolves.
I think he probably underestimates people a lot, the players.
Yeah, but underestimates for 30 years straight, or what? Like, what they say, 20 years.
Yeah, well, apparently.
Well, we never know. It's definitely an interesting topic. And
like in Touhou, I think Touhou 14 was it? Like if you pick one of the shot, there are like A shot types and B shot types, and if you pick the A shot type, then the game crashes in stage 4.
all right.
So that happens.
Alright. Is there anything else you guys want to ask me?
Oh yeah, there's something in the chat.
Yeah. What does the chat?
Yeah, I was reading the chat. Well, I want to give a shout out to all my friends from the community of Touhou and to TH Specs.
Nice. I think the next one would start.
It looks like they are about
Looks
to
like
start.
the next one is starting.
Yeah, Gus is probably ready. Seems.
Oh wow.
It's quick.
Right, so good luck for him.
Yeah.
He will need it. He will definitely need it. But,
Yeah, definitely in the start.
Yep,
He
and
needs it.
thanks guys to everyone in the chat. And I will be back for you tomorrow. The score is at 12 p.m. tomorrow, remember. French time. Yep, Qatari is gonna come up. So, yeah.
Look forward to that.
I wish Gus a lot of good luck, because Voltra is insane.
Oh, I think something's happening already.